What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to CH Sports. Bringing you guys some more disc golf coverage of the Northwest. And today we've got the second round from the 2024 Oregon Coast Championships. Shout out to our coverage sponsors. And shout out to our tournament director for this event, Charles McLean, for having me out there. Here's our scores after round one. We have Joshua Gibbons out to a 4-stroke lead over our entire card. Everybody else at one down. We've got Trevor Snyder, Paige Hurtado, as well as Rilatos, the local. And here we've got hole one. It's a par 4, 475. And something that you'll notice right away on this round, we are dealing with the elements. We are out at the Oregon coast. Plenty of rain, plenty of wind to deal with. About 15 to 20 mile an hour winds later on in this round. So definitely going to be the main thing that these players are going to be battling through for this entire round. Here we've got Paige. Really the goal on this hole is to just keep something in bounds. It's a pretty short par 4. So really only need, 300 to 400 feet off the tee to put yourself into good birdie position. In ideal conditions, you'd probably even see some people go for an eagle look. The basket is kind of up and to the left into this tree line, and you'll see the right side is lined with OB. Here we've got Trevor Snyder back on CH Sports. We had him out here for round one. Let's see what he's able to put together for round two. And all of these tee shots that we're seeing so far are very conservative, but plenty fine. Right down the middle, and we'll all be in position to be able to attack the green for birdie. Here we've got Tai. And once again, pretty conservative, but it's down the middle, and we'll be in position to be able to attack for birdie. All of these guys have anywhere from 250 all the way up to about, Ty's probably got about 300 feet left into the green here. Maybe a little less than that. And that's pretty well executed. It'll be a little short. This basket is tucked into the trees a little more than it looks like on the camera. All of these guys going to be just throwing pretty stock hyzers into this green. Paige going to his FD3 and able to put it pretty close. Trevor has a great look at the green here. Really the main difficulty is the actual structure of the green kind of being left to right. And there you see Trevor absolutely slips out on that one. And yeah, you can definitely tell with the rain coming down in this picture here. Wind is a factor, rain is a factor, grip will be a factor. If you haven't played in the Northwest in October, it's definitely a different type of disc golf. Let's just say that. Trevor's got a pretty obstructed birdie look here. Gives it a good go. Unable to convert. And then Josh, he's over here on the left side. He's got a very aggressive spin putt. And a pretty quick player. So, definitely tried my best to keep up with his routine, but pretty quick player. Now we've got Tai. A great putter, but again, dealing with some grip issues and does hit the one tree in the way. Should be able to clean up his par from there. And our closest birdie putt of the group is going to be Paige here from about 20 feet. And right away, he starts closing the gap. The only one able to pick up a stroke on Josh. Starting to put some pressure on. Oh no, and it's going to be 2 strokes. Josh dealing with some grip issues, misses about his 15-footer for par there. And right away, what was a 4-stroke lead coming into the day is now going to be cut to just 2. Gives up at least 1 stroke to the entire card and going to be giving up 2 to Paige. So, right away, we've got a dogfight. And just like I was saying there, Paige able to pick up the birdie. A couple of pars there from Trevor and Tai. Nothing wrong with that. And Josh, just the unfortunate miss putt. Going to be picking up a bogey to start. Plenty of time to make some moves for all of these guys. Here we've got hole 2, and this is kind of the start of this course out here at Twisted Pines. A lot of times the play is just going to be to chuck a hyzer up over the trees. And there you can hear Paige say it there. It slipped out of his hand, but going to be up on the green there. You can just see the basket there through the trees. Trying to hang this out a little wider than what Paige just did. And that one slips out a little early on Trevor as well. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be kind of a string of a lot of very similar shot types out here at Twisted Pines, I would say. It's a lot of, 250 to 350 kind of hyzers up over some trees is going to be the play for a lot of players. Tai gets that up to about pin high, but it's going to be about 40 feet right. Going to be a pretty obstructed putt. The miss on this green is definitely short and left. Is going to give you the most open putt, and Josh kind of grip locks that out to the right, and he's going to have some work to do for par once again. Going to his Firebird there, and going to come up a little short right, so he's gonna have a tricky par putt from there. Here's Trevor going to his Soft Justice. And gets it to a makeable par putt. Still going to be a little tricky. Tai has an obstructed putt. Going to be happy with taking a par there. And once again, Paige with our only legitimate birdie look. And just a little off to the right there. Nothing wrong with that on this hole. And Josh able to save his par from the trees. Hopefully that can kind of spur some confidence and get the round going. Something to mention as well, this is our second round of the day. Yeah, the structure of this... Ooh, and the basket hangs on to Tai's putt there. The structure of this tournament, they had 2 rounds on Saturday, 1 round on Sunday. And, yeah, I'm sure a lot of these guys, not only dealing with the elements, but also dealing with some fatigue as well. Paige putting with his P2s. Able to save his par. Paige, a very solid putter. Oh, and Trevor not able to save his par from the trees there. And he's going to have to settle for a bogey. So there we are after hole 2. We've got 3 pars for the group and then the 1 bogey for Trevor. Going to be falling back off of the pace. And now stepping up to hole 3. Once again, we've got a hyzer up over some trees. This one a little bit more attainable. The tree cover not quite as severe on this one. Definitely a little bit more accessible of a pin. The green on this one's actually pretty cool. It has, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 trees kind of all within the circle, but nothing to the point that you're completely blocked out. If you throw a hyzer up into the circle somewhere, you'll have a putt. Just might be a tricky one kind of around some tree cover. Paige, happy with that one. Puts it right about circle's edge. And Tai overflips this one slightly. Comes down. It's going to be a long look for birdie. The miss on this one is definitely to the right side. Left is significantly more tree cover than the right. And Josh looks like a slight grip lock once again. He's going to have some work to do for par once again. And Trevor trying to make the correction, and there you see it. You know, these guys playing pretty quick, obviously, with the elements, and, yeah, definitely dealing with some grip issues out here. And Josh found himself in quite the tricky spot, but handles it nicely. He'll have a tap-in par. Tai looking to do the same. Had a bit of a putt there, but would have been a pretty tricky run. Trevor's pretty open out here. Edge of circle 2. Probably happy with just taking a par from there. And once again, Paige has the best birdie look of the group. Probably just outside the circle here, about 35 feet. Oh, and it's striped. Right in the center of the chains for Paige. Able to keep the hot start going. 2 out of the first 3, and really putting the pressure on Josh right away. Let's take a look at that one once again. I really like Paige's putt because it's very abbreviated, very simple, repeatable. Good extension there, and puts it right in the heart from about 35 feet. Really, when I think about a course for Paige's game, this is kind of the course that I would draw up. A lot of hyzers. Paige is a very proficient high hyzer thrower. And, yeah, as long as he can keep the putter warm, don't see why he can't put together a good round out here at Twisted Pines. Trevor able to tap in his par. Tai going to do the same. And Josh will come along and do the same as well. So Paige, once again, picks up a stroke on the card. Slowly closing that gap, and it's down to just 1. Kind of right out the gate here. They call it moving day for a reason, folks. And now we're up to hole 4. Pretty straightforward par 4. You can see the basket out there in the distance. Not really trying to do too much off the tee. If you can get about 300 feet. And the better miss is off to that left side. Even where Paige is at, it's going to be manageable up and down for birdie from there. Obviously, you'd like to be fairway central, but if you're going to miss one side or the other, it's going to be that left side. Once again, you can see the right side lined with OB. And like I said, Josh a pretty quick player, so right into his shot here. All these guys know that the miss is off to the left, so especially with these conditions, not trying to bite off too much. This is another one that I would like to see kind of played in calm conditions and see if, you know, some people could get up here for a long eagle look, but as far as for today's conditions, yeah, just get something out there in play and try and get it up and down for your birdie. And Paige, a little bit of some tricky footing. I like the shot shape, just didn't come out on line. So now he'll be working for his par. Josh throwing probably some kind of Firebird or something there and able to put it under the basket for birdie. That'll help him get his round moving in the right direction. Trevor throwing his Envy up over the top. Should be inside the circle for a birdie look. And then Tai has a little standstill putter approach and handles that one nicely. So we've got 3 birdie looks, and Paige looking to save his par from over here on the right side. Has an open look to the basket. I believe going with the neon here. Very overstable approach disc, and
yeah, it was neon.
puts it to about 5 feet. Should be able to handle that one for par. Trevor just a bit of a misfire there from circle's edge. And let's see if Josh can clean this one up for birdie. Right in the middle. Man, very confident. I've always been kind of jealous of the confident spin putt. Definitely does very well in this type of in these types of conditions. Doesn't get affected too much by the wind, so definitely going to be a valuable asset to have for this round. Trevor able to pick up his par. Definitely not happy with that run that he just had. Wide open circle's edge putt. A lot of these guys in the MPO division are definitely at least looking to hit metal from there. But able to clean up his par as well as Paige and Ty E. And Josh will now pick up a stroke on the card. Oh, sorry, Ty E was tapping in for birdie there. So, yeah, Josh and Ty E going to pick up a stroke while Trevor and Paige pick up their pars. And we're going to head into a commercial break.
Coming soon to Salem, Oregon. Rain or shine, discs.
And welcome back. Right into hole 5 here. We've got a 357-foot par 3. And this one's going to have a bit of a tricky green. You'll see once we get up there. But the basket being suspended up into a tree on this one. Definitely going to create some tricky putting situations. The play here, this is kind of one of the only ones that the play isn't really to go up over the top. You'll see a lot of these guys trying to kind of straight line drive with a fairway driver, maybe get a skip forward at the end. And, yeah, a little bit of a grip lock from Ty E. And then kind of just turfed there from Josh. See if Paige can find the right height. And bit of an early release. Going to be a tricky par from that left tree line. We'll see what Paige is able to do from there. And hopefully Trevor's able to make a correction off of those shots. And no real birdie looks out of this card on this day, unfortunately. We were kind of playing into a bit of a headwind on this hole, so Ty E able to get himself on the green, but once again, going to be a tricky putt. Josh just looking to clean up his par, and he'll be able to do that from there. And Paige has a little bit of a pocket here to try and get up and down for his par. Let's see what he's able to do from here. Gonna take some creativity. Going to the tomahawk. And gets it out, I believe, inside the circle. So, great out there from Paige. And Trevor just looking to get up and down for par from there. Ty very quickly realizes, yeah, not worth trying to figure out a way to run this putt. And this is about as tricky as a 25-footer can get. Straight into a headwind, rain. Oh, and Paige stays solid from that circle's edge distance. 25 to 35 feet, pretty much everything has gone in so far for Paige. And check this basket out. It's literally swinging as these guys are putting, and that's just a testament to that putt that Paige just hit there.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he disappeared. I'm just rocking the basket.
And Josh able to clean up his par. Ty E gonna have to settle for the bogey here. And once again, we've got 3 pars. Ty E taking the lone bogey there. He'll fall back to even on the round. And now we've got a little bit of separation going. Josh and Paige have kind of separated themselves from Ty E and Trevor a bit. Still plenty of golf left to be played. This one, definitely one of the must-gets out here at Twisted Pine. Really not much to speak of. And Paige proving me wrong immediately. I was going to say it's pretty much just take a straight putter and throw it right at it. Paige says, no, I'll go ahead and take a tomahawk. And then Trevor going with the sidearm. So I clearly have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's really hard to not get a putt on this hole. Let's put it that way. If you can throw it 120 feet straight, you're at least on the putting surface. And Tai once again proving me wrong here. Still has a bit of a look, but definitely want to be closer than this on 193-foot par 3. He's going to lay it for his par. And Trevor has a look from about 40 feet. Has a couple of trees to contend with. Oh, and confidently walks that one in. He knew it right out of the hand. It was good. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this one once again. Trevor utilizing the step putt here from about 40 feet. Boom, confident. Great putt there from Trevor. And now let's see if Paige can stay solid here from about 25 feet. And Paige's first real misfire. Bit of a grip lock. Once again, probably something to do with the weather that we're playing in. Really kind of the main story of the round here as we were following these guys around. It was very evident that weather was becoming an issue. So, Paige able to clean up his little tester for par there. Still not happy with his putt for birdie, but at least able to stop the bleeding there. Josh able to clean up his birdie. And Tai once again going to have to settle for par. Probably not super happy with the par on this one, but gonna have to live with it. And there we are through 6. 2 birdies, 2 pars. Josh once again able to start kind of mounting a bit of a lead. Able to bounce back from a bit of a slow start. Kind of get his round going a bit here. And a little bit of a nature appreciation moment here. Maybe the biggest slug I've ever seen, so definitely had to catch that one on film. And here we are moving into hole 7. This one, a bit of a tricky hole. So really you're trying to move forward about 100 feet or so, and then it shoots straight left, kind of down a chute down the hill. So really the play is kind of a high hyzer that's kind of pushing through its flight, because you got to pick up 376 feet of distance. And Paige going very high. Plenty of speed. He likes it.
Is that good?
And we'll see where that one ended up. Let's see if Tai can do the same here. Yeah, it's hard to tell from the tee exactly what was going on there. This is kind of that chute that I was talking about. Kind of falls all the way down to the basket. And honestly, pretty hard to get yourself an actual legitimate birdie look on this hole. Lots of stuff to hit late. Kind of hard to conceptualize from the tee pad what you're actually doing. And Josh will hit a tree on the way out, and we'll have to pitch up for his bogey. Trevor still has some work to do for his par. And finds a very creative out there with his A3. And Paige has a little bit of a look here, but probably just laying up for par there. And Tye has some work for his. That's no problem for Tye. Definitely one of the more confident, smooth putters that I know personally, and in the Oregon scene in general. Paige has a little bit of work to do for his par. Probably about 20 feet coming back up the hill. And he laughs it in, but either way, no pictures on the scorecard. Probably the top ring of the basket there, but no worries. Fell in for par. Trevor looking to do the same, and does. And then Josh will be cleaning up a bogey there. Definitely not too uncommon for this hole. Like I said, pretty hard to get a legitimate birdie look. So, going to see mostly pars on that hole. And now we move into hole 8. We've got a 251-foot par 3. And again, we're kind of back to throwing hyzers up over some bushes. This one kind of feeds into a pretty exposed green. The miss here is definitely long. All of the tree cover is going to be on the short side of the green, so all of these guys trying to get to the backside. And definitely some grip issues there for Tye. Bit of a slip out. Gonna have some work to do for par. Josh going to a Sexton Firebird here.
Oh, Josh.
And a bit of a grip lock there. No real danger in terms of OB to speak of on this hole, but definitely one that you're looking to get. Not too much difficulty to the hole. And this is what I was saying, that short side of the green is kind of where all the tree cover is. Trevor, pitching up a little hope and a prayer there into the wind. Not able to convert. And Paige once again finds himself at this about 25-foot mark. Let's see if he's able to keep his strong putting performance going, and he does. He's had a bunch of these testers, and really in conditions like this, that's kind of what you got to do to be able to put a good round together. Kind of just make the most of the opportunities that you get, and so far Paige has done that, so. And Tye going to have a little trouble kind of settling in for his par here. Getting more saturated by the second. And able to clean it up. Josh able to do the same, and Trevor should also come along and do the same for himself. Hi, Paige.
Hi, Paige.
And there we go. We've got 3 pars and a birdie on hole 8. As we're wrapping up the front 9, Paige closes the lead once again down to just 1 stroke. Trevor and Tye both where they started at 1 down for the day, and Josh doing the same. Even so far through 8. I will mention at this point in the round, we do have Daniel Kitchens putting together a pretty solid round from the chase card. So as we move along through this round, we'll kind of check in with him. And once again, we got a hyzer up over some tree cover. There's a little bit of creativity to this hole. There's actually a couple of options. You'll have the forehand hyzer like Trevor's going to here up over the left side. Probably a little bit longer in terms of the power that it takes to get back to the hole going that route versus the route that Paige went, going to be definitely shorter as the crow flies. Tai going to this technical mid-range turnover, and that's looking pretty good. Basket sits kind of just right behind this wall of trees that we're seeing here. And Josh going to hit a tree and fall down. Has a pretty manageable par. And looks to have handled that pretty well. Tai's got a tricky putt here from inside the trees. Oh, just off the basket. Great run. And Paige, once again, lives at that 25 to 30-foot range. See if he can cash another one to keep his round going. And at this point, tie the lead if he's able to make this one. And there he goes. Paige putting together a very, very solid front nine. Bogey-free 4 down. Has already caught the leader through 9 holes. And now we've got Trevor cleaning up his about 20-footer for birdie. Josh hangs in there and takes his par. And Tai will come along and do the same. So as we wrap up our front 9 here, we'll have 2 guys tied at 5 under par, Paige and Josh. And then we'll have some chasers here in Tai and Trevor going into the back half. Definitely going to be the more difficult side, so make sure to tune in for the back 9, and thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you soon.